Today, we'll be predicting Canada's and USA's Olympic lineups for 2026. I'll say my lineup, then we'll discuss. Rowan will say his lineup, and then we'll discuss. So, my number one center is Nathan MacKinnon of the Colorado Avalanche, having a great season. On his left wing, I have Sidney Crosby, Pittsburgh Penguins. Sam Reinhart of the Florida Panthers to line one, finished. My second line is Connor McDavid of the Edmonton Oilers. Mark Stone on his left wing. That's a bit shocking for some people, but I feel like he's almost having 2 points per game here. Just to start off, he's been injured, but I think after he makes the Four Nation squad, he is going to stay on the team. On his wing for the Chicago Blackhawks, I have Connor Bedard. In center for the third line, I have Macklin Celebrini, followed by Braden Point on his left wing, and Mitch Martin on the right. And my all-punishing line for my fourth line is Sam Bennett in the center, left wing Marchand, and Tom Wilson on the right wing. My extras are Seth Jarvis and Mark Scheifele. What do you think of my team, Rowan?
It's interesting. Yeah, certainly. A lot of people leaving Mark Stone off their Canadian rosters to start. I mean, obviously, he's been injury prone. He's getting up there in age, but as he stated, Mark Stone's been putting out numbers since he's come back, and he's been fantastic for that Vegas team. Yeah, so I think that's a great pick. Personally, I didn't consider him really for my team. Just kind of left him off. He's still coming back from injury, and obviously might sneak in there later. But yeah, no, I don't have any consideration.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say one of the reasons that I had Mark Stone in my team is because, as I've been informed, that the ice is smaller here at the Olympics, and I feel like on his line he has McDavid and Bedard. I have him penciled in, and he's a big body, and smaller ice is going to benefit him more than it's going to harm him. And I think he played very, very, very well in the Four Nations. McDavid, they had some sort of chemistry, and they played together almost all Four Nations, him and Marner. So I think that's just the reason that he's penciled in there on the second line. Anything else you want to discuss?
Not really. Celebrini for you is third line, correct?
That is correct.
Yeah, yeah.
Playing the
Okay.
center position, it says that is what he's been playing lately.
Yes, yeah. Well, I stuck Celebrini on the left wing. I think a lot of these players come Olympic time are really at this skill level and this experience. Those guys can play any position at their like forward position. So, and they're all smart enough to where they can adjust their game to where it's needed. So, yeah, it's good. It's good to hear.
I think one thing I'll just say about my team is that um, a lot of people is a question mark for a lot of people is Sam Bennett.
Mm-hmm.
I think that playoff experiences speak for themselves,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that he still deserves to be on this squad just of how good he is in the key moments.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he's having a very hard start to the season, but I feel that he deserves to make the team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. That's good for consideration. I mean, Sam Bennett obviously has been fantastic over the past couple of years. He's having a really slow start to this year. I mean, slow by standards. He's got 20 points in 30 games. Not exactly terrible in the NHL, best league in the world, but like Sam Bennett's standards is certainly not up to par. He's been good. He's obviously scored a couple of huge goals for Canada, and he's um, I mean, the Florida Panthers being a part of that team, he's got plenty of experience in those big situations. So, yeah, that was certainly what we had to consider bringing onto our list. But yeah, I personally didn't make it for me.
Okay, so you want to give your team now, Rowan?
Sure. So on line one, starting at center is Connor McDavid. On his wing, we have Connor Bedard and Sidney Crosby. We have the triple kid line, the big prospects coming out of junior. I mean, this is you got experience of all types here. I mean, McDavid obviously been to 2 straight cup finals. Crosby with the cup. I really love this line. You got a little bit of everything. David's the absolute breakaway speed, the elite playmaking. You got Bedard on the wing, ripping the puck and being real smart player. And then Crosby, obviously. I mean, Sid the kid or Sid the middle-aged man at this point. He's just so smart on the puck and so good at protecting it and keeping possession for his team, which is huge on the smaller ice. The corners are going to be jammed up, and if you puck possession is everything in this game. So line two, at center I've got Nathan MacKinnon on his wing, Mitch Marner and Macklin Celebrini. I really think MacKinnon is the main part of this line. He provides a bigger body. He can lay a couple hits. Mitch Marner is an elite playmaker, and so is Celebrini, but Celebrini's got that knack to finish as well as MacKinnon. Celebrini, obviously, this is a high role for him, given the start of this year. People weren't even considering him for Canadian contention, and same with Bedard almost, but he's really earned it. I believe he's close to leading the league in points, and he's been fantastic this year for the Sharks, so that's good to see. Line 3, Suzuki, Reinhart, Point, and line 4, Scheifele, Marchand, and Tom Wilson. Have fun playing against that line. The extras, I've got Brandon Hagel and Mark Stone. Mark Stone, obviously, kind of uncertain about his health and all that coming back, and Brandon Hagel has been absolutely electric for the Lightning as of late. He's really turned it on, so obviously this is what I would do at this point, but times can change, and it really is developing quickly.
Yeah. Honestly, I think there's about 15 to 18 guys here on Team Canada that all of them could play on the team. And it's just the things that we've seen just gives them that slight edge. And I think really they have two teams here for the Olympic team, and I think both of them would be very, very competitive. Um, I just have a question for you, and that my question is, why do you not have Marchand and Seth Jarvis on your team? What was it that threw you off?
Brad Marchand is my fourth line wing, playing with
Okay.
Mark Scheifele and Tom Wilson. Seth Jarvis was a real tough cut. I was really considering between him and Mark Stone for that extra spot, and or even to make it in the lineup. I mean, any of these guys, they're all so talented to get into the lineup, and obviously he knows how to play those minutes down the lineup. So it's really it was a really tough decision. Seth Jarvis, obviously, what a personality and hockey player. I mean, he had a gross finish on a breakaway earlier this year, but I had to leave him off this time.
Yeah, I think one guy that you have on that I really, really wanted to have on my team was Brandon Hagel. I do think he actually will make this team. Like, yeah, I didn't put him. I just do think he will make it because he plays on John Cooper's team. John Cooper is the head coach of the Tampa Bay Lightning. I'm sure many of you know this. But because he's the head coach of the Tampa Bay Lightning and Hagel plays on his team, I think maybe he sees something in Hagel that he could play in roles here and there, and he really trusts him. So I think you're very right there that I think he could make the team very 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 easily.
Mm-hmm.
I think one thing I just want to bring up, and we left most of these guys out of our lineups, is what was it that turned you off for some of these players? These players are very, very like top of the league in terms of points. I'm just gonna name a few of them. Wyatt Johnson, Morgan Geekie, Bo Horvat, John Tavares, Zach Hyman.
Just throwing names at me. I'd say Wyatt Johnson, first of all, dynamite player for Dallas. He's been fantastic this year. My concern is young, like how his age, and second, his production 5-on-5. Obviously, if you look at his production this year on the power play, it's been dynamite. He works that Dallas power play, and it's just absolutely dynamite there. He produces so many points, but concern is um, when you're this like skilled of a team, and you have guys like McDavid, Bedard, MacKinnon, passers like Marner and such, Suzuki even. Uh, you have an overwhelming amount of forward talent to where um, by the time you get down to those nitty gritty areas in on power plays, these guys are all going to do the job, right? They're all equally skilled, and not equally skilled, but skilled enough to, if they get the chances, they will be putting them in the back of the net. Yeah, I'd say things like that. Zach Hyman is another huge one that really stuck out to me from the list you said. I really like Zach Hyman. I obviously a lot of people would love to include him, especially to just have that chemistry pre-built in with McDavid. It's a huge part of this. Is the teams don't get a ton of time to train together, right? So that's partially why you'll see later in D about why we have certain pairs. But um, yeah, Hyman, I don't know. He's obviously can play up and down the lineup. He can be your first line winger, or he can be a fourth line grinder in the corners. But I feel like we got plenty of other guys to fill that slot, and it's really difficult.
Yeah, I think one thing we'll just close it up here. It was a really tough battle for me with Johnson and Bedard because they kind of play that same game, and honestly, this might not be the correct take here, but if Bedard wasn't on my first two lines, he wasn't making the team. He's not a penalty killer. He's not a like a grinder. He's a hard, very, very hard shot, and he wasn't going to be on my team if he didn't make lines 1 or 2. It's just not the game that he plays. And I think Wyatt Johnson, they kind of have a couple of too many of the same players. So that's why him and Geeky didn't make my squad. I think one thing is about Zach Hyman is he had a hat trick last night, which really adds to his case if he could make this team. I think this might be a crazy take, but it doesn't matter where your extras are. You can take any guy here. It does not matter because they're probably not going to play. They might do one game or they might not play any games. So let's say if Canada has some problems here down the stretch and McDavid is having problems, they can look at their extras and they may have Zach Hyman there and they can say, hey, we know that Zach Hyman fires up Connor McDavid. We know that he makes him play as a better player. And McDavid loves playing with Zach Hyman. And for him to have a sense of home here in Edmonton, be on his Olympic team, I feel like that would very much benefit him here on the Olympic team. So now let's head into the defenseman. I'll start off. My defenseman, my top pairing is Devon Toews and Cale Makar. Yeah, as Rowan said, just trying to keep the chemistry. I thought about putting Devon Toews down, but he has shown as himself that he is a great defenseman and he deserves it. My second pairing is Josh Morrissey and Colton Parayko. Just trying to keep the Four Nations chemistry. They both made the team. They both deserve it. Parayko's having a bit of a year, but I feel like he is such a big body in that short ice that he is calm, cool, and collected. My third pairing is Shea Theodore, and this is where it goes a little haywire. This guy that I have on the team is number 2 in the league in points. You're telling me that almost every guy, if you look, that makes their Olympic lineups, they don't have him on their team. Number 2 in the league in points you're going to leave off? I'm not leaving him off. It's Evan Bouchard. And my extras, I have, this might not be a popular opinion, but I have Matthew Schaefer. I feel like he needs the young experience, and he could be a force to just throw in if something went wrong. He's going to fire up the boys. And this is one that nobody has on their lineup. Nobody's even thought about this guy. But it was between Drew Doughty and this guy. But I looked at the points, and this guy very much surprised me. He's an older body. He played at the World Cup of Hockey in 2016. It's Brett Burns. Is my extra. Brett Burns some very good leadership, just like Doughty. And I think he brings the same thing as Doughty does, but he just has a little bit more of offensive touch this season. And you really could go with either one of those guys. It's an extra. You can't really go wrong. So, yeah, that's my team.
I really do think that's a great take there at the end. Brent Burns has been dynamite for the Avalanche this year. Just the other night, when a pad pass off to Gavin Brindley. A little fun fact: Gavin Brindley wasn't even alive when Brent Burns was drafted into the NHL. It just shows the age and experience that Brent Burns has. Yeah, I really think that's a great lineup. Some noticeable gaps, obviously. Um, Leaving out Thomas Harley, do you want to explain kind of your explanation on that, and what do you really think? Oh, why do you think he doesn't deserve to be there?
Yeah. So I was assembling this in class. Don't tell my teachers. Uh, but first I looked at the points and then the plus minus. And Harley, I believe, has only about 10 points this season, 1 goal, and I think 9 assists. Don't fact check me on that, but I think it's somewhere in that range. I 1 goal and 9 assists, and you're playing on I believe he was on power play 1 or power play 2 on that Dallas Stars team, which is one of the best teams in the league. And I could barely find him on the top guys. Darnell Nurse is above him. We're talking Darnell Nurse and Jake Wallman. They're ahead of him. And you're gonna make me take him for the Team Canada? And I don't know too much about Thomas Harley, but I researched him, and it says he's an offensive defenseman. So he's not a defensive defenseman, and he has 10 points. That wasn't something that I wanted on my team. I want recency bias. I want guys that are clicking. And I really, really love the way Thomas Harley came in the Four Nations. But I'm sorry, man. You're not making my team. You might make Olympic team, but you're not making my team.
I think that's a great point. Um, Obviously, switching it up, we'll go to my defense. Top four, I mean, it's really, really close. Devontae's Kilmacar, P1. I mean, just the obvious choice, as you said, keeping the chemistry together is really important. Josh Morrissey and Shea Theodore, P2. Theodore obviously got hurt in Four Nations, looked good before he could, but yeah, Shea has been consistent. Obviously, we'd love to have Alex Petrangelo or guys like that, but Shea Theodore has been great for Vegas. And then P3, you've got Thomas Harley and Colton Parayko. Um, I really do think, I really love Thomas Harley. He is having a struggle bus year. 9 assists, 1 goal in 20 games, -9 on the year. But Thomas Harley, watching your face right now is not inspiring a lot of hope in me. But this is subject to change, right? This was mocked up a couple of days ago. This is not what we. This is not final. I just really loved watching Thomas Harley at the Four Nations, and I feel he fits into a role. Obviously, bigger guy, being 6'3", 215-ish. He's really good for this team. Big body on a small ice, breaks the puck out well, uses his feet well. Obviously having a rough start to the year, but really on that national international stage, I think he's done great. So, and then as my extras, I have once again Matthew Schaefer. I 1000% agree with you on the Matthew Schaefer take. He is a young body, but obviously, and I didn't think to include him in my lineup. That didn't really cross my mind. But as an extra, I mean, if you have overlapping roles, but if you have a guy go down like a Makar, like a Morrissey, right, and you need somebody to slot in and give experience to. I mean, obviously, you'd want experienced guys for this time. This is the biggest tournament. You know, I mean, this isn't even Four Nations. This is everything. It's an Olympic gold, but the kid's ready for it. I mean, he's been dynamite for the Islanders, and he really fits that leadership and offensive defenseman role. But his skating prowess and and puck protection skills are next level, and he really deserves to be there. So yeah, obviously nobody really considering him to start the year, but he's just been fantastic, and he's really pushed the envelope here to get even consideration. And second, much to my dismay and much to this the same logic is Evan Bouchard. Um, as I said, much to my dismay, the guy is second in defenseman points in the league. I don't have anything further to say about it. That's probably where I'm going to leave it.
Yeah. One thing I'm just gonna mention is we left off these guys on our team for defensemen, and these guys are having very, very hot seasons. We left off Travis Sanheim. He made the Four Nation squad. We both left him off. Another guy, big name right now, Jacob Chikrin. He is very hot. Morgan Riley didn't really cross my mind, but he is having a very hot season. 5 goals, 18 assists for 23 points at the time of this recording. Another guy, didn't even know this guy existed. So I just want to give this guy his props right now. I don't know if you've heard of him. Darren Radish. 6 goals, 16 assists, 22 points.
Yep.
That is right now double and 2 than Thomas Harley. And you have him on your team.
The more you talk, the more you're making me second guess this. Obviously Travis Sanheim.
The other guy
made Four Nations.
Just want to just throw one other name in. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
This guy, it was either between Burns and this guy for me, and Doughty, because I just love a veteran just thrown into my squad. Letang.
Chris Letang.
Chris Letang. He's having a great season. Doughty and him have he has more points than Doughty right now.
Yeah.
So I just like just a veteran, just in there. He has some points.
Yeah. So at this point, I've looked up the defenseman leads in points, and you are really pushing me right here. You're making me rethink the Thomas Harley pick. Looking through who also slots into that left side, Jacob Chikrin is a left shot defenseman. Jacob Chikrin's been fantastic this year. He's got 25 points in 27 games, almost a point per game there for Washington. And I mean, playing with Shea Theodore is not exactly an offensive weapon to the same extent some of these other guys are. He could fit well into that position. Yeah, he's 6'2", still 215, so heftier based on height or per inch here than Harley. But yeah, you really pushed me here, and you're making me reconsider heavily. So
I just want to say, I really hope I didn't. But I just want to give my boy Chris Letang some respect right here. I just Googled him up here. He has 2 goals and 12 assists for 14 points. So don't hate on my boy Chris. He's a gamer.
Mm-hmm.
And Crosby loves him too.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we should give our goalies here. I don't think we need to talk too much about this. The one thing I'm gonna say, I don't know if you agree with this. The way Binnington's playing right now, he's making the team. He's the starter. But I think what we need to do is 1 game Binnington, 1 game Thompson, see what we're working with. If Thompson's looking like a guy, let's give him the role. He can have it. If Binnington's looking like he was the guy in the Four Nations, give him the role. But I think 1 game apiece to see where we're placed. And I think any guy you could throw here as the third goalie, the guy I went with is Darcy Kemper. This guy had an unbelievable save percentage last season. Yeah.
Yeah, that is interesting. Yeah, I do somewhat agree with that. Obviously, For me, it is Binnington's net to lose. He showed up big. Four Nations. He's the winner binner. I mean, he gets the job done in those big games. Obviously, stopping Matthews and Kachuk, and those big chances. Obviously, early in the tournament there was a lot of uncertainty with like a couple muffins that go top shelf, but he really pulled it around. And when the bell rang, he stepped up to the plate. So yeah, I thought it was really impressive. So yeah, I'd say it's for sure Bainton's net to lose. Second, I have Logan Thompson. Obviously, the Caps have been on a roll as of late, and Logan Thompson's been a big part of that. I feel like he's absolutely deserved this chance after being left off last year. And then my third is Scott Wedgwood. See, I was comparing Scott Wedgwood versus Mackenzie Blackwood. Obviously, both Colorado netminders. And while Blackwood may have a higher save percentage and I guess better record. Wedgwood's got 9 more games. Has been almost equally as impressive as Blackwood with a 211 save percentage and a 919 goals or save 919 save percentage and a 211 goals against average. He's been lights out. Obviously Blackwood and Wedgwood had 3 back-to-back shutouts. They call them the wall and net. I mean, the wood wall and net. So yeah, it's really impressive to see Scott Wedgwood and what he's done this season.
Yeah. One thing I'm gonna say is just one question here. I mentioned each goalie a game, as in Thompson and Binnington. Do you agree or disagree with that?
I agree. I do think it is really important, especially in group stage where we can get away with maybe some less pretty wins. Obviously, you don't want to be encouraging that, but if we are experimenting in group stages, we can figure it out. We also need to worry about which two, right? Because if we get, depending, I don't really know the format, but depending on how many games, who are we going to start and who are we going to give a chance to, right? I mean, Thompson was not on Four Nations. Neither was Wedgwood. So, for either of these guys to get in, this is a big challenge for them. Obviously, they are fantastic netminders and they do great, but we need to decide because it doesn't happen. There's no 82 games to figure this out over, right? This is a quick tournament, and it really matters to find that solid netminder really pretty quick. So
Yeah. I think we'll wrap it up there. Yeah, so thank you very much for listening to our Canadian Olympic team roster.
don't forget
I
to
hope
subscribe.
everyone should. Huh?
Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a like if you can.
Yeah, don't forget to subscribe down below. And we will see you guys another time.